Hi friends, in today's lecture we will study how to create a simple dashboard in Power BI. So the dashboard which we want to create would look something like what you are seeing on the screen. On the right side you have a slicer in which you can select any of the regions and the data for that particular region would be shown. You can also select more than one region by pressing Ctrl and you can see the data for those regions. You can clear the data and you get a summary of the data over here. So let us see how to create this dashboard in Power BI. So the first thing which we would do is we would click on the File menu and here we will select New. So this is the opening screen of the Power BI desktop. Right now we'll exit out by clicking in the X sign in the top right corner. This is the first screen of Power BI. Now remember we are having two windows open. In one window we have a dashboard which is already created. And in the second window we have a new Power BI desktop. This is where we would be constructing the dashboard. So let us first begin by typing this header, My First Power BI Dashboard. So we come into our window and we click in the Home menu, and in the Home menu we select Text Box. Now in the text box we type over here My First Power BI Dashboard. Then we select all by pressing Ctrl A and we can increase the size from here like this. We can also make it bold, underline or center align. After that we'll click outside and we will reduce the size of this box this way and increase it this way. Now we want to align it centrally, so we select on Format and we select Align and we select Align Center. So the first part is over, that is typing the text in the text box. So if there is an extra space, just get rid of that extra space. Alright, now we come into the second part, and what we want to do is we want to make this box where we want to show the summary data. So first thing which you have to do is you have to link a data source with your Power BI. So let us see how to do that. So to link a data source with Power BI, you have to click on Get Data, or you can click on Excel Workbook. Top, and we navigate to the folder where our data file is present. Remember, I have provided you the link for downloading this data file. Please download this data file and save it on your desktop so that when you open it, you can specify the location from the desktop. And I would click on Open. Now Power BI is connecting to Excel and establishing a link with that data file. Now once it has connected to the data file, it will show me a screen. In that it will tell you that you are having two options. One is to import the gaming table which is present in that Excel file, or the entire gaming worksheet. So in our scenario we don't want to insert the entire sheet, we want the table. To identify the table, you can see that it will show you the icon of a square with a blue bar on the top, and to identify a sheet it would just be a square box. So in our scenario we would like to take only the table, so we click over here and it will show us a preview of the data. I can expand my data or minimize my data from the side, and then I would click on load. Now the data has been linked with your Power BI. It's showing you that load, creating a connection in the model. So you have to wait till the connection gets established. So it is now telling us 17 rows loaded. Now it will not show you anything on your dashboard, but on the right side in the fields it will show you that the gaming table has got loaded. You can click on this right pointing arrow and you can see all the fields in that table. Remember, the numeric fields are shown with this summation symbol, and the character fields do not have any symbol next to it. Now what we want to do is, we want to make these three fields: sum of sales, sum of profit, and average of price. So in order to do that, what we would be doing is, we would select a multi-row card. So here in visualizations, you have this multi-row card. So I click on this multi-row card. You can see a visualization gets open, and I would like to see, as you can see in this, sum of sales, sum of profit, and average of price. So I would select sum of sales, so I'll just click and put a check mark here. So you can see it shows you sum of sales over here. Sum of profit, I click over here and it will show you sum of profit, and then I want the average of the price. But you can see that for price also it is showing us sum and it is not showing us average. So let us see how to convert this into an average. So you will see that in the left side over here, left of fields, there is visualization, and over here you can see the three fields in the visualization. Now here you can see sum of price, and there is a drop down arrow next to it. So I click over here, and here you will see you can get average, maximum, minimum, count, standard deviation, and so on. So we want average, so I select average, and you will see that it shows you average of price. Now I would like to adjust this way, and I want to increase it. Now I want to increase the size of the text, like you can see over here, and there is also a currency symbol before the numeric value. So let us see how to do that. So we'll first drag and bring this in the center over here. Now we want to format it. So here you have this format your visual. So here you have call out values, and here you can make them bold. So you can see these values have become bold, and you can also increase their size by clicking over here. And same way, now I also want to increase the size of these labels. So here you have category labels, so you can make them also bold, and you can increase their size as well. Now we want to put a currency symbol. So you can click on Home. Ensure that your data is selected. This is most important. So we click on the sales data, and in the sales data you will see that column tools, and here you have the currency symbol. So I can click on this drop down, and from this drop down I can select the currency symbol which I prefer. So you can see a host of currency symbols. You can scroll down and select the currency of your choice. In my case, I want to select the Indian currency. So I'll scroll down and select rupee as the Indian currency. So you can see that you have virtually currencies of all the countries in the world. So I select this Hindi India. Okay. So it changes for sales. So here in a short while you will see the rupee sign coming close to it. I'll just zoom it so that you can see it better. Same way for profit, I will select the currency sign Hindi Indian, and same way for price, I select the currency sign as Hindi India. So the first part is complete. You can minimize the visualization, and you can minimize the filter, and you can minimize the dashboard as well. You can click outside to see your result. Now we will see the next what we want to do. Now next we want to make a visualization in which we want to show a bar graph in which we want to show sales figures by region. So let's come back to our sheet, and we click on visualizations, and we select a column chart, and then we want sales figures. So you can see the moment you click over here, it will show you a bar chart because we have selected sales, and we want by region. So we click on region, and your graph is ready. Bring it to a location of your choice. Now I don't want these X and Y labels. So in order to remove those labels, you have to come to visualization, and in visualization you can go to format your visual. So here you have the x-axis, so you can click on the right pointing arrow, and then there is title for x-axis. I can turn that off, so the title for x-axis is gone, and I want these values to be shown in bold, so I click on B, so they become bold. Same way I would like to do for the y-axis. So I click on y-axis, I click on title, and I make it bold. Sorry, I'll remove the title first, so I select remove the title. I don't want the title values. And the values which are shown, these values I want to be shown as bold, so I click on B. Now if I want to show the data values next to it, so here you have data labels, and I can turn it on, so you can see the data labels are turned on. And then you also get the option that where you want the data label, inside end or outside N, or wherever you prefer you can select. So I select inside N. So our first graph is ready, sum of sales by region. Now we want to produce the second bar graph, and that is sum of profit by product. So we'll again come back to our sheet, again click on visualizations and select clustered bar chart or stacked bar chart, whichever you prefer. Remember, a very important thing that you should click outside whenever you want to make a new visualization. Otherwise, Excel will change the visualization of the currently selected object. So here you have a stacked bar chart, you have a stacked column chart, you have a clustered bar chart, you have a clustered column chart. So we select a clustered bar chart and we bring it here wherever we want it, and we want to show it as sum of profit by product. So we select profit. You can see profit is shown, and I click on product. So you can see sum of profit by product is shown. And now I want to remove the headings of the X and the Y axis. So I will click on Format Your Visual, and here you have the values, and in values you can make the values bold this way. Remember, we have selected the Y axis, bold, and the title I do not want, so I will select off. Same way for the X axis, I click on over here. For X axis, values I want to be shown as bold, and title I turn it off. Then you can adjust this in line with the upper graph or take it more on the top. Take this more on the top, and you can reduce the size of this graph. So just click over here. Sometimes if any of the values in the graph get selected, don't worry, just click outside and click on any other visualization. Now click on your visualization and you can reduce the size of the visualization till it matches the size of this, and you can reduce or increase the size of this as well, so that both of them are in the same line. Two graphs are done. Now we want to make a donut graph in which I want to show the sum of profit by region. So again we come into our chart and we select donut, and here we select profit and we select region. So you can see, I'll just zoom this graph so that you can see in a better closer value how the graph looks like. We'll minimize it later. So this is sum of profit by region. Again, you can adjust the visualization, click on format, and here there are legends. If you want to turn them off, you can turn it off, but I want them, so I would keep it on. And then you have the slices. These are the slices. So you click on the slices. These are the colors. You can adjust the colors. These are the spacing. You can adjust the spacing. And these are the detail labels. And finally you have the values. So I want the values to be shown in bold. I want to increase their values. And these units are there. Currently it is auto. I'll click over here and say that show in thousands. So instead of K, it will show me the value in thousands. So it takes a while for the update for the slices. If I select none, those values will be gone. If I select thousands, it will show the value in thousands. If I say millions, it will show in millions. You can see it shows in millions. Or I can select auto. So the auto automatically moves to thousands, which is in K. Then you have the percentage decimal place. So you can adjust it 0 or you can want it 1 decimal place as you prefer. At any point of time you want to reset to default, just click over here and reset to default. In the top left corner you have the undo button to undo and revert back to as you prefer the values. Now I close this detail labels. You can also adjust the rotation by clicking over here. Then you have general over here. In general, you can adjust the properties of the title, the effects, the header icons, tooltips, and the alternative text, if any you would like to give. So one more time I'll just click on visual. I'll just check the colors are okay, the spacing is alright, and then I'll just check the detail labels. So the position is outside and the label contents. Now this is important. If I want to show only the data value, I'll select data value only. Okay, if I want to select data value and percentage of total, I select this value. If I want only percentage of total, I select percentage of total. And I can increase the size of the text and I can reduce this and I can bring this over here. So the third graph is ready. Now we want to make a funnel graph in which I want to show sum of sales and sum of profit. So I'll come here and I'll click on visualization. Ensure you click outside, and from here you have to select the funnel chart. Bring it to the desired location, and I want to show the sum of sales and the sum of profit. So it shows sales and profit over here. Now the last thing I want to do is I want to create over here the slicers where I will see, as you can see over here, the regions north, south, east and west. So let us see how to make the slicers. So in order to make the slicers, you have to come into the visualization over here, and in visualization you have this option of a slicer. So I click on the slicer and the slicer is ready over here. Now in slicer, what you want to show? So I would like to show region. Now I can reduce the region, but I would like to show the region horizontally and not vertically. So here you can see you have the region. You select format your visual, and here you have slicer settings. So instead of orientation as vertical, select horizontal and then reduce the size and then navigate this to the location where you desire. Now click outside. Now let us see whether the slicer is working. So I click on north and you'll see data only for north. I click on south. I see data only for south. And if I want to clear the filters, I'll click on this small icon over here and I see data for everything. So with this, we finish creating a very simple and your first Power BI dashboard. I would urge you to utilize this Excel file and practice creating this Power BI dashboard. Hope you liked this video, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. We'll see you again in the next lecture. Till that time, goodbye.